What's up, fuckers? Hello, ladies. How y'all doing today? Um, I actually don't have anything to talk about. I was doing that beat, put on the headphones, and just walked in here. So, so I might have something to say. I don't know. Been messing around with some code today. I do a little bit of trading, and my brain is fried. I'm trying to write like a trading bot. I'm still learning the codes and learning the trading side of the code and blending it together, and it's really driving me nuts. Then my filament shipment for 3D printing got canceled. Yeah, so I instead of focusing on the designs, I've been focusing on trying to make some money in this situation since it's getting harder and harder to try to get work. Um, so some interesting things happening. We got some leaders not being leaders, blaming other people for their incompetence. We've got just situations happening, going on. I mean, the politics has gotten to a point where we have funds running out to keep businesses afloat, and we've got certain political figures that are stopping money to go through programs to help these small businesses give checks to individuals that don't have a job right this moment because their employers closed the doors and they don't have any money coming in, and it's a vicious cycle. And no one's to blame. I mean, nobody knows how to deal with this. It's 100 years ago. Not many people are 100 years old. They don't know what happened 100 years ago when the same situation came through. Similar. Thing is it's got so much more opportunity because of the lifestyles that we live. Back 100 years ago, we would be in our homes, maybe go to a job, go to the store once a week. There was maybe a theater that you went to once a month that was like in the next town or something like that. I mean, of course, there were some bigger cities and whatnot, but it wasn't metropolises like it is now with every single, miles of stores, strips, 10 blocks long that's nothing but stores and fast food and whatnot and so forth. So, things have changed. As the situation has the opportunity, especially with like air travel, vehicle travel, to go distances that it didn't have. 1920s, not very many people had cars. Like the privileged family on the block, they got a car. They helped other people out and whatnot. But yeah, this is all new. And while we do have more technology to be able to fight it, it's got more opportunity to get around. And the biggest thing is that we just need to be calm. We need to look at this from an understanding that it's something that's going to happen. There are precautions we need to take, but nobody should tell you what you need to do. And of course there's going to be that asshole that goes, I'm going to do what I want. That's fine. Let them do what they want. Bitch at them. Tell them they're assholes. Let them know. But don't try to force them. Why do we have police arresting people in parks when they're all by themselves or just one or two people? It's absolutely stupid. We have police breaking the law. We have under orders from leaders that are literally breaking the law. And it's getting to a point where it's like everybody needs to calm down and relax. This isn't how society works. I mean, yeah, we have a difficult situation to handle, but you don't do it by being the government and using force, saying that we have to save lives and that stupid damn catchphrase, 6 feet away is better than 6 feet under. Yes, it is. And if you want to use that catchphrase, don't make it a policy or something punishable by law. It is reading is fundamental. It's a catchphrase. It's not a law. It's not something that you should force people to follow. This is all becoming too 1984-ish. The people that are scared are giving up their rights, and the people that don't want to give up their rights are getting berated. It's somewhat similar to the vaccine dispute. I mean, yeah, I'm not going to get on either side, but what we need to stop doing is trying to destroy the other side. They have valid points. They're human beings just like you, and just how you feel strongly, they feel strongly the other side of it. These are not something that should be legislated. It's like trying, abortion. I'm not going to get on either side of that. But the thing is it's not something that should be legislated. It should be something within communities that is taken care of, not something that should be legislated on the highest level. When it's legislated on the highest level, it cannot deal with the nuances. There are certain things that should never be federal law, ever be federal law. And those have to do with opinions and nuances that cannot please everybody. The only type of thing that should be done on a federal level is something that can affect every person in the country. If it's not something that can affect every single person in the country in the same way, no matter anything, no caveats, if it cannot affect every single person in the United States in the same way, it should not be a federal law, and it should not be a bill in any federal situation whatsoever. They should not even be able to propose bills that do not affect every single person in the country exactly the same. There should not ever be that possibility. And the reason for that is that they're so far away from each individual that they don't know what you need, and they can't know what you need. So when they get into these specialities and they're just going for this one precise little group of people, what you have to understand is that group of people gets about the same amount of money from the federal government as the people working in the federal government trying to implement that thing for them. You're literally just getting a half waste if that was never done in the first place and it was taken care of on a community level. You would pay less taxes on a federal level and you would be able to pay more local taxes. Have you ever noticed why your local taxes are so low, or that they're so low? Have you ever noticed that you pay more to federal government than you do to state, and you pay more to state than you do to city? Think about that for a second. Who's closest to you and who can affect your living environment right this moment? Why do you pay them the least? I'm sure that in certain cities you probably pay more, depending on the real estate value and the taxes. But we should be paying local taxes more than we should be paying state taxes, and more than we should be paying federal taxes. We've got it ass backwards. Now, the federal government does need more money. The federal government needs more money simply because their programs have to be huge, because it has to take care of the whole population of the country. But the way that we're set up in this republic, the states need to take care of the cities. The cities need to take care of the people. And that's why they need to stay in their stay in their roles, do what they're supposed to do. The governor should not be bitching at the feds. They should be helping each individual city. It's how you delegate. It's how you get things done. The governor should not be trying to deal with each individual person. They should not be doing anything on an individual level unless it's going to affect every single person in the state the exact same way, no matter anything. Because the governors are not close enough to the people. They're the CEO. The CEO doesn't know the people in the mailroom. And while the people in the mailroom want to bitch that they're up in their little, ivory tower, somebody has to make the high overarching decisions. There's too many people in the mailroom because there's so much mail to go to all of the different people that the CEO has to take care of. It's not possible. The whole jealousy thing of people in different positions. You've got to understand, when you're in charge of $50 worth of equipment, you're going to get paid $50 a month. When you're in charge of $50 million worth of equipment, you'll get paid $50 million a month. And not like that. But the point is, dependent upon what you're in charge of is what you're going to make, because you're in charge of, you have more responsibility. You're in charge of more assets. You're in charge of more capital. The higher that you get, the more responsibility and weight that you have on your shoulders, and you should be compensated for that. And of course, when you compare the two, it looks like it's a huge difference. But when you look at the two of what you're in charge of, what your responsibles are, what type of damage if you can cause if you do create some kind of a catastrophe and destroy whatever you're in charge of. Say you're in charge of a vehicle. Say you're in charge of a $10,000 beat up old maintenance vehicle, right? You're a maintenance worker, right? So you destroy that vehicle. That's $10,000 you're liable for, which you aren't liable. The business has to cover that because you're the employee. So that's where they're looking at it, the liability. Now, if you're driving around the $500,000 snowplow compared to the $10,000, that's a lot more responsibility. That's $500,000 compared to $10,000. Yeah, do the math. That's a huge amount of responsibility difference. You have to understand, what you're responsible for is what you should be paid for. What you succeed at, what you produce, is what you should be paid for. Do you think it would be fair for somebody to sit on their ass all day and not do anything, literally not go to work, and sit on their butt and get paid the same as somebody who's out trying to take care of the pandemic right now? At any level. See? It doesn't have to do with who's above you. It has to do with what you're doing. How much effort you're putting into it. It has to do with your effect on the situation is what you get out of the situation. You have to know your value. You have to understand how you can be valuable. Get back to the very basics. Knowing yourself. Having introspection and knowing who you are. Right? That's important, because when you know your limitations, which you shouldn't put on, obviously I know my height, and I know that I can't touch a 10-foot ceiling standing up, but I know Shaquille O'Neal, he could just reach up and basically touch the rim. So, of course, you got to know your limitations that are real. But when it comes to the amount of money, I could become a CEO and make much more money than he did playing basketball. But then again, he became a CEO while he was playing basketball, invested his money, and done other things as well. So, you've always got situations, you've always got nuance. You've always got things to think about. But you can't control everything around you. You can only control what you touch. If you're the CEO, you never touch the mailroom. You touch the people that run the mailroom. You need to focus on what you can do, what you need to do. Once you know yourself, you won't worry about all the rest of the stuff because you'll understand where you fit in, what you can do. And when things come at you, you don't wonder, you don't get stressed, you don't get frustrated. You just know what you can do and you start doing it. And it makes a hell of a difference. So look inside yourselves, figure yourselves out. What I have to do is figure out what the hell I'm going to name this because I've just been rambling and no idea what the hell I've even said. I might just name it after I've listened to it. But I was enjoying that beat, so I wanted to get that down, give you something mellow to relax to. Come in here, have a good talk with you, and have a calm conversation about just general stuff. I want y'all to be happy. I want you to have a smile on your face because you know what life is, not because you think something funny. I want you to walk around all day with a smile on your face. So, I love you. I wish you well. Don't let anybody break the law to try to save you, especially when they're in that high tower looking down on you and don't ever intend to come down to your level. Make today a beautiful day as it keeps snowing here for some damn reason. Oh, Lord. Make the day beautiful. I'm going to do my damnedest to make today the best I can. I'll let you.